Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. You are welcome once again, this time towards a new lesson in which I will explain or will look at what the recommendations that the Watson and his men suggested to the British government without wasting our time. When they went to the ground and find the causes of the confusion, they told or they wrote that in their reports, they wrote that a new constitution must be set up. When we go back to history, we visit time. In 1946, we call a gentleman, the then governor of the Gold Coast, in the name of Alan Burns. Alan Burns set up a constitution which give the regulations that will govern the Gold Coast. But some of the causes to the riot is that some Ghanaian personalities find it bogus or biased or unfair how the constitution was set up and how it neglected some of the basic needs of the people. So the commission or Watson and his men find out that the constitution too was a problem. So there should be, if they want to satisfy the people of the Gold Coast, then they must set up a new constitution to replace the Alan Burns constitution of 1946, knowing that the problem was in 1948. Then in their reports, another suggestion was Africa must head the civil service. The civil service, these are the workplaces, the government workplaces, where only white men, foreigners are dominating. So the Ghanaians were made cleaners. Highly educated personalities were made cleaners or petty work there, and their salary are not good. So what the Watson and his men reported is that they say as they find out the causes, they realize that there should be a need for the Ghanaians to come and hedge, because it's their country. And don't forget that we promised them that if they help them contribute to the development of the country, they will enable them to rule themselves. So this time we have enough educated personalities that can do self-government. They can rule themselves. So let's start now by naming the built or the well-educated personalities to the head of government institutions. Then another suggestion was that the grievances of the ex-servicemen must be addressed. What does it mean? We say in some of the causes of the disturbance, we talk about the ex-servicemen, those who went to the Second World War. They fought the First World War on the side of the British. Then the Second World War, which started in 1939 to 1945, they came for the Ghanaian soldiers again. They went and fought, and they promised them that when they come back, they will have a good job. And all the soldiers, they are not all that attended enough school. Some they didn't even know how to express themselves in English language. So there was no particular job. So as you promised them, they did not fulfill their promise. So that is what caused the disturbance. So they said the government, if they want to truly solve the problem, they must satisfy the people that fought on their side to win. They eventually win the Second World War. So there is no need to throw those who fought for independence away. Then another suggestion was Ghanaians should have more control over all things in the country. So anything at all concerning the Gold Coast, Ghanaians should be passed. White men should not decide what is good for someone. So you don't know what is good for the person. So the person himself should decide what is good for him. Then another suggestion is that the people should be made happy at their workplaces. We learn in basic 5 in the 48 riots that people were unhappy in their workplaces, Ghanaians, the way they treat them. Since the white men are the one ruling, they don't care about the black man in the workplaces. So if Watson and his men realize that if they truly want to solve the problem concerning the workers, then they have to make them happy, providing what we call social amenities. such as what? Electricity, free electricity or housings. Those days people travel from the northern region, Volta region, the other part of the country, and came to Accra to wait for the white men, but no place. A whole worker doesn't have where to sleep. So these are some of the problems. So the moment people say no, enough is enough, the other group and happy groups from all over the countries were coming together and join. That is what make the the confusion bigger. Then another major, which is supposed to be final for today, is what they say: more schools should be set up to educate Ghanaians to serve what? The country. Since we are coming to leave the country, we will make them independent, and they also want to rule themselves. They need to know how about the governance of the school. So set up secondary school and agriculture schools so that they will know a lot of things that we, the white men, we thought we know. That is why we are leaving them. So since we will not be there, then let them do that, so that the day we will not be there, they can rule themselves well. Since they are eager to rule themselves, we have to show them a way. It's a must. So set up schools so that they will be educated well, and then when they come into the governance of the country, they can do it better without confusion. So these are some of the few things that Watson and his men gathered and presented it. History said they presented it to the governor in the Great Britain in England, when on 26th of April 1948, so they presented the report to the governor, and eventually in another video we will learn that the report they presented, it truly worked. That is how come we are today. In 1957, Ghana was independent due to what? This of the recommendation taken by the British government, by the Watson Commission. Thank you so much. When we meet in new video, exciting things will come on. Thank you and bye.